All right, when I say Seedance, what does that sound like?
Bite dance.
Bite dance. That is correct. And Bite dance is fully China doing what they had to do. So let me see if I could zoom in here close enough so that you could watch this trailer. All right, so this is the trailer of a video. Yeah, so there's a video trailer, right? You seen it, right?
Yeah.
It should?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Right.
I'm really busy. Can you get Sophia today?
What? No, I have a meeting. I can't.
Oh, shit. Fine.
Reporting called a geomagnetic.
All right,
storm.
next scene. Next scene. All right, cool. That's enough there. All right, so that's a whole 10-minute clip that they put up on YouTube. That was AI generated, right? Now the plot and the storyline of it is basically she in her office and the world ending. So she had to leave the office and go down an elevator, reach on the street, run down the street, jump in a cyber truck and drive the cyber truck over a bridge that was like breaking up and all these different things. There were parts of it where you could feel like, okay, this is CGI. That means yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Right. But the fact that it reached to the point where people are saying this looks like CGI, that means that AI has reached to the point where it's replicating human CGI. Bad CGI. And that is the problem that Hollywood has. Because bad CGI is kind of par for the course now in certain shows. Where it could be like, oh yeah, that's CGI, yeah, whatnot. But if it got to the point where it replicates it up to that point, we screwed. Because there was a Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fight with no audio, with no vocals. But the fight was just so realistic that they did a cease and desist to tell them take it down. Because Hollywood was like, nope, cut that out. So here's what happened. Hollywood's top studios aren't satisfied with a promise from ByteDance on February 16th to tamp down on the unauthorized use of intellectual property on Seedance 2.0, as a new letter from the Motion Picture Association demonstrates. So this fight between Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, it looked so real, people thought it was an actual movie. Like, people were actually like, oh, finally, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt in a movie that they're going to, and they're fighting on a roof. And everybody got caught because the fight scene was so realistic. And there was no dialogue to make it seem like, okay, this is AI written or this is contrived or whatever the case is. Hollywood not exactly happy about this. Should they be upset, or should they be like, okay, well, we expected this to happen. Let's just lean into it and use it instead.
It could be a good thing, in the sense that it could force them to actually up the game and try with the CGI, because I just watched some movies from 10, 15 years ago, and the CGI from then either the same or better than now. And it's not because the technology get worse, it's because they're rushing the stuff and they're not taking the time to do quality work. So if you don't want the AI to things start doing better work.
I don't know. Michaela, what do you think?
Said it exactly.
Users using Seedance 2.0 have an API and they have all these different AI companies.
Which Instagram page we were just on?
Oh, that was our random Instagram page called like AI. No, that was Mashable. But this was on plenty people Instagram page. Like, everybody could pay for these third-party AI companies to use Seedance 2.0 to build anything. So they pay their subscription and they
so I
could
see
build
it
whatever they want.
as a bad thing, because the reason why a lot of like movies and TV shows and what would implement bad CGI is because the upper management expects really, really, really tight deadlines, which forces the artists to implement kind of cost cutting methods. So, like in anime, for example, they may reuse a lot of still frames or they might use CGI to kind of cut down on animation time. Also, the big studios, they may not pay their artists enough or they may not allocate enough budget to hire enough people to animate these things. So I think what's going to happen is that Hollywood executives are going to see this as an opportunity for them to make more money and to stress artists out more, to reduce production budgets, and to just generally have less quality work being produced, because it's gonna be they're gonna see dollar signs in their eyes, but for the people who actually have to do it, it's going to be stress.
So what you're saying is a normal CGI videographer, artist or whatnot, going to be told, the CGI artist will be like, yeah, that'll take you 2 months for us to do this sequence or a scene, and the management will be like, nope, that should take you 2 weeks because we have AI now. Get it done. And then they will rush it and the AI will try its very best to do the work, but the artist will just be like, the AI can't replicate it and whatever they produce. So basically the quality of films will drop. Yeah.
Yeah, if the quality of the films drop, then the AI. So I don't know, I see it a little different. I see, like, if the AI could do this to a certain standard, like that video we see there, right? If AI doing it to a certain standard, but for the past 3-4 years, all the standard low, right? People will be like, if AI could do it like this, all the standard low, they would force them either by using AI or some other method to raise the standard. Because I gonna have to pay money to go to the cinema and watch CGI that looking like it's from 10 years ago, when I could go on YouTube and the CGI looking so good. So, people might be like, we're really going on in Hollywood, or they're producing this low quality, but yet on the flip side,
I feel like it'll be a small percentage of people.
And at the end of the day, the artist would lose out either way, because either they'll get overworked or they'll get compared to AI, and AI might, I don't know.
If you look at it all, like code, right? Right now, junior developers basically are dying breed, because now senior developers get AI to do the code and then they supervise the code from the AI, right? So they will be like, hey, let the AI write the code, and then they will just double check it for all of the things that you're supposed to do with software engineering. If a VFX editor does that same thing, where they use the AI to generate it and then they supervise it to see what is good and what is not good, they still get the ability to put the amount of work in that's necessary to pay attention to the finer details, but they just use the AI as a tool to do the hard work of frames and casting and all those different rendering and all them kind of different things. They could lean into it instead of fighting it, because they might actually get a better product out of it. As you say, Akeem, if they realize, okay, AI could create something at a 7 out of 10, a supervised AI could create something out of 9, like at a 9 out of 10. So you still give them the 2 months to do it, but they'll get a better output by using AI. So instead of trying to cut down the amount of time to build the show, use the same amount of time to build the show, but you will also get a better output because it's supervised AI. That's why I think it might be the best bet
middle ground. But
instead of running from it.
How greedy executives are, they would be like, so if you are using AI, it should take less time and we should pay you less. So let's cut down the production time and let's also pay you less, because let's hire less people because it's less requirements of y'all.
I wouldn't mind, even though I don't really watch TV no more, and it's probably part of the reason, I wouldn't mind production times being cut on certain shows, especially like them
Netflix shows that take 3 years to come back.
Like long, like, you know, like show like Breaking Bad. how long Breaking Bad would that take to produce
Yeah,
now?
but the
It'll be
quality-
going on for 20 years.
Yeah, they're
You know,
gonna stretch it
versus
out. Like
like
how they
long-
stretch out Stranger Things for plenty of years. So yeah.
Yeah, cause like Breaking Bad, you used to get a new season every year. Stranger Things take what 10 years?
10
to do?
years, yeah.
How much seasons?
5 seasons. That's
Yeah.
like 10, 50 episodes, I think. Somewhere around there. 60 episodes, yeah.
So it's like,
Whereas
like
Friends
that-
used to
that's
have 22 episodes a year.
yeah, that is one thing I don't really. That probably why I don't watch TV again, cause like you gotta wait a whole year or two, like 2 years, 3 years. How much shows I used to watch on Netflix, and it's like the season end, you gotta wait 3 years, 4 years. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're waiting and they get cancelled. So it's like
Yeah,
Doesn't make no
I
sense.
master going on YouTube and watching a recap video. I like for Stranger Things, I had to go and watch a recap video.
I
'cause
only watched the first 2 seasons, and when I see it taking 2-3 years, like yeah, I'm watching this no more. So I never finished it.
Yeah,
people that do that anime all the time. They say, I'll wait till it
I
finish.
don't do
And then I'll watch out the whole thing.
Weekly, keeping up with the weekly releases, I have better things to do. I will just wait until everything comes out and I'll binge it out in one weekend. I have better things to do in my time than sit down and wait for a new episode every single week, you know? Even if it's taken...
But you know
like,
the
even if
reason
it's,
why
like,
we used to...
taken, so like with
go
some
ahead.
anime,
Is it?
like it may take 3 years between season 1 and season 2. That's fine with me, as long as when you actually drop season 2, you drop it all in one go. Instead of like doing weekly releases. Don't give me weekly releases. If I'm waiting that long, give me the whole thing and done.
You know the reason we had weekly releases is because of ads, right? Like the reason you're supposed to come back the next week to watch the show is because there are 3 ad spots inside of that show that people paying money for.
Yeah.
When they have binge watching it, have no ads in between. So people will come back the next week to watch the next Bold and Beautiful episode. After the first 10 minutes, they'll put them on a cliffhanger so you could watch an ad on whatever. Because those shows are actually like 20 minutes, but they used to fit in half an hour slots because you had to have 3 sets of ads inside of it. And that's the weekly release formula. But weekly releasing is not a thing anymore. Subscription is the thing now. So that's I just think that the fighting on AI is a waste of time right now. Lean into it and figure out how you could use it to make your product better instead of fighting it, because it's not a way you're gonna stop it. You had to lean in and start to become a kind of person that will be able to create better value using the tool of AI. What you was gonna say? Unless what?
I was going to say, unless you use only clean water. That's really a thing. It need to use clean drinking water.
Yeah.
Is Michaela will tell you
It-
something, and I will tell you. I don't think it's all the clean water.
Yeah,
I just think it will affect the water
uses a lot
cycle.
of
That is
energy,
what I
a
would
lot
say.
of fossil fuels. It's an environmental nightmare, and well, especially in the US, but this doesn't really affect us because we're not in the US. But the consumers, not the consumers, like normal residents, are footing the bill for higher energy resource usage. So, say there's a data center that pulling more energy. Basically, they get like a kind of subsidized rate. And how that rate is subsidized is that the energy company would charge everybody else an increased rate to kind of balance it.
Well, I saw the quote that this man make. That's along that similar line, Sam Altman, right? People was talking about how much energy and whatever it is take to train.
And how, a child
and he
for
was
20
like,
years.
Yeah, it's take a lot more energy to train a child to
train.
adult, and it's like,
Because of food and thing, I
so
think he a little bit.
you comparing a human to
No,
These fellas.
Sam Altman disconnected, and Sam Altman is the new Elon Musk. Let's just put it that way. I think he's starting to become the new Elon Musk, where the PR for ChatGPT is him going to interviews and saying those things. So ChatGPT don't have to like advertise itself. He could just go and say those things. Yeah, that's like how Elon advertised Tesla by saying outlandish things.
yeah, but what he's saying,
It's not doing more harm than good because
that's not
people-
No,
exactly,
no,
people
no.
still gonna use the AI tools
Bad press is still
anyway,
press.
and nobody
Yeah.
going bat an eye about the sustainability of it. So everybody wanna use it.
Yeah. Yeah, bad press is still press. Elon teaches that long time. Bad press is still press. a Cybertruck. He literally said the thing bulletproof. He shoot it and it break and people still went and buy the Cybertruck. Like, that's just how press does work. Like the original robot was a man dancing. Guess what's gonna happen when them robots become available? People are gonna buy them. Even though they're remote control right now, 90% of the people none the wiser, you know. Press is such a weird thing and media is such a weird thing because any press, bad press, whatever it is, good press. AKA the President of the United States. All right, cool. There we are. Let's close it off there. Very nice discussions today, y'all. YouTube monetization in the Caribbean, where we landed on that. I landed on the fact that the amount of money that you get could be expounded a little more in the article. Not saying that his article was bad, because Karen Rose is his people. He's a good fella. It's just that in my experience, the amount of monetization money needs to be clear to the people. Yeah, that's where we landed. Yeah, I think that's where we landed.
Yeah. And the
next one is annual.
No, I was going to say
that's
it makes a difference that we here in the Caribbean don't really appeal to our US market, and that's where the money. For a lot of reasons, the type of content we accent. You know,
yeah. Plenty of things. St. Lucia going through the Uber drama. I think I landed on the fact that they should get Uber in their country to give the people who are accustomed to it a unified experience, and it should compete with the other drivers.
Sure.
Where you landed on that? Yes or no?
Yeah, like yeah, like for me, yeah, similar. It would be a net positive because most tourists will be familiar with it, and when it come Uber, will be there. But on the other side, they should really lean into what they did in Jamaica. However, they do in Jamaica to be operational. Like, I'm sure Jamaica would have some rules or regulations that they need to follow. Don't just try and jump in all the other islands. Use Jamaica as a blueprint and come correct from the beginning. Don't just come and then after the fact.
Yeah.
Try to.
All right. And Seedance 2.0, causing Hollywood a little drama. And I landed on the fact that they should lean into AI. All the Hollywood studios should lean into AI to make their product better instead of leaning into AI to make their product faster. That's what I think makes sense. Yeah. And everybody agreed on that.
Yeah, I wonder if Hollywood studios actually using it right now. I see the new Toy Story coming out, and I was wondering, I wonder if they actually use AI, if they're still less doing things that they.
I sure they're using it. I sure they're using it.
Yeah.
It's either that or some proprietary system for AI that they would have brokered with some company on the side. Maybe like a ChatGPT kind of, it's either Vio or Sora, and they get a custom-made version for them, because that's what them companies do. We just only see the front-facing side, but it's have all kind of broker deals that's happening on the side. And that's happening a lot with military contracts, because Google make a good bit of money from military contracts that people don't know about. And yeah. But
Tesla too.
yeah,
SpaceX.
Tesla too, yeah. All them side deals and thing, there's B2B and there's B2C. B2B is where it's actually make money. B2C is where it's become known. Yeah. All right, that's it for today, folks. My name is Andre Charles from @MakeItSimpleTT and any other place on the internet where you see my twin brother, co-host number 1, Akeem there. Would you like to let them know where to find you?
You might be able to find me on Redbit.
MIGHT.
Find me on Instagram, LinkedIn.
And Michaela, where we finding you?
LinkedIn. You find me nowhere else. I'm on Twitter. But
All right, that's it.
Twitter.
X. That's to tell you how you're rich.
Chini Twitter.
Yeah, tweeting. All right, tell you, we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.